Hey guys, and welcome back to my late life lesbian journey. On my channel, I discuss and share my journey and process of going from being married to a man, getting divorced, and coming out as a lesbian. So if you're new and are interested in following my journey, please subscribe. And for those of you who are already subscribed, thanks for coming back. So it's a few weeks ago now that I think I asked and put out like a poll on who would be interested in knowing sort of how I've managed going from being married in a two-income household to kind of being on my own as a single woman and all of that. And so a lot of you said that you were interested in that. And I actually made this video a couple weeks ago, like not long after that. And somehow I think I ended up deleting it. And yeah, life just got kind of carried away. And so now here I am making it again for you guys. I'm going to kind of just give kind of an introduction of sort of where I'm at and everything. And it's not meant to like brag or, anything like that. It's just sort of meant to explain that for those of you who are worried or nervous or concerned about, how are you going to make it going from being married and being used to like two incomes and all of that to sort of making it and surviving on your own, and how it can definitely be possible and you can be successful and all of that. So the reason I'm sharing sort of the successes and things that I've had is to kind of send that message that everything can be okay and you can do just fine. So for me, my personal job as I'm self-employed or independent contractor, and I had, shortly before getting divorced, switched over to doing that solely. Like I used to have other odd jobs and stuff, and so I switched over to doing just that. But I wasn't doing it a ton because we also had my ex-husband's income, and mine was just sort of supplemental to take care of some things. So I mostly, kind of took care of my son too, but, did work some. And when I got divorced, I was kind of concerned about, I wanted to keep that job, but I was kind of concerned about, since it is like a self-employed independent contractor type position, how could I actually make a living and all of that? But I went for it and I did it because some of the other therapists that I work with, they're single moms and they do it and they're okay. So I just told myself, like, I know I'll be fine. I know it'll all work out. And so I went for it. And so far it has been just fine. And I do still do a side job where I actually make product videos for people through a website, Fiverr, if anybody's heard of it. And that's something I'll end up talking about and sharing more of too, because that website and stuff and things that are on there is a great way to possibly also make a supplemental income or even turn into your own income depending on how it works out for you. So I'll also elaborate on that probably in future videos. But so some of the other things I want to tell you is I went from not being sure about how my job would work out to everything working out and being perfectly fine. And in 2 years since getting divorced and living on my own, I have bought my own house. I paid off the rest of my school loan. I paid off my car. I've had some stuff done here and there around my house. Like I had my cabinets completely repainted. I've bought a new couch and some new furniture and stuff, a new mattress. And I even bought a new washer and dryer because the washer and dryer I had went out. So I had to have that purchase. And with all that stuff, it's paid off. I don't have any other debt or anything. Like I was just always able to take care of that and make it work. I've also managed to take my son on, I think, 3 vacations, him and I, since, everything. And I myself have also traveled a lot and taken vacations. For those of you who have followed my story, I was dating somebody who was long distance. And so I was still able to make everything work to maintain that relationship when we were together. So it definitely can work. In future videos, I'll kind of break down and share some tips and ideas of how to make things work, because I also have a very frugal and conservative mindset to where, I'm kind of a bargain shopper and looking for good deals and things like that. So I will share some of like what I've learned and what I've done in other videos. And yeah, so really the point of this is just to offer some encouragement, to let you know that it's possible, it can be done. You can make it on your own and everything will work out and be okay. The other thing that I will say is, luckily for me, everything's sort of fallen into place and it's worked out well and all that. But, the other thought is, nothing's permanent and things can change. So if you get out of a marriage or divorce or something and you're, thinking, well, how am I'm going to go from like a big house to a smaller house, or what if I have to move into an apartment or something like that? Sometimes maybe that's how it has to start out at first, but everything can be temporary and it can always change. And you can always start, in one area or in one home or setting or something, but you always have the option and opportunity to, as things progress and, income stabilizes and all of that, to change it and do something else, move somewhere else, buy a new home. So I just really want people to feel encouraged and empowered that if this is where they find themselves, it can be done and it's possible. So sort of an introduction on all of that. And I just want to thank you for watching. And again, if you're interested in learning more, please subscribe and I'll see you again soon.